Hey guys, Super Studio Comics here, and today I'm here with another video. Today's video is going to be a bit of a difficult one. I need to talk about this. But first of all, I need to say that this is going to come out when I'm in my new house, but as you can see, I'm filming it in my old house, even though stuff's getting packed away. Yeah, that's happening. But I just really wanted to film this video so I can start editing it before I move and stuff. And this is the last time I'm probably gonna film stuff like this. I'm probably gonna have a very different style when I move to my new house, but yeah. So I wanted to make the video I was teasing for a long time. And I really wanted to finish it. I really wanted to finish this storyboard for Super Bunny New Beginnings. But I don't think I can bring myself to do it. And don't worry, I'm not ending Super Bunny, guys. I'm not ending it. It's not getting ended. But this specific story is not what I want to work on anymore. I want to change it. So yeah, we're gonna go through basically everything. We're gonna go through this sketchbook, this comic sketchbook that I used to write it. And then we're gonna go over some changes that you should look forward to in the future, because it is not going to be the same after this. But yeah, I'm just gonna get into it and I'll talk about it while I'm doing it. So yeah, just looking at this sketchbook as a whole, I was like, this is random, I don't know what that is, it was an old character, but this was like a sketch I was gonna do, or this is a sketch I did for the cover design, but that's a really old cover design, so that's not actually gonna happen. And then just starting with this, I was pretty consistent with it. Like, there's this whole section of the graphic novel, but then randomly, I started doing other stuff. Where is it? Here. Like, I started doing other comics in it, so that was kind of inconsistent, but this was like 6th grade. I wasn't trying to be professional. It was just, yeah. But yeah, so I'm gonna go through the whole thing, even the comic that's not part of this story. So yeah, and as you can see, this is the major reason why I'm restarting. First of all, because the story is bad and the scenes are not written well, but also because I just need to start fresh in a new book, because this is already so beat up. I've made so many edits. Just this red pen, there's edits everywhere. I need to restart with a clean paper. But yeah, I'm not gonna read the beginning part, because I'm pretty sure if you've been on my channel and you've seen the videos, you know what the beginning is, and I've gone over it millions of times, so we're not gonna look at it. I'm just gonna flip it, yeah, because I've shown this exact one a bunch of times too, so I don't really want to go through it again. But yeah, you could just look at how many edits I made over the course of this. This has spanned across I don't know, 2 school years already. And there's already this many edits in it. Most of that has to do with lore changes and power set changes. Super Bunny used to have every single power ever. You could just think of any power and he has it. Now he has a way more refined power set, because that had a lot of plot holes. Because, there was this whole scene. I don't want to spoil my comic if I do publish it. I don't know if I'm ever going to publish it, but I don't want to spoil it. So if somebody were to die, somebody dies in the comic. I'm not going to say who. Somebody dies, and it didn't make sense, because he has all the powers in the world, so why can't he just revive them? But he just didn't. So it doesn't make sense. But, yeah, and a lot of the whole aspect is that his dreams are coming true, or his nightmares are coming into real life. So the whole book has a lot of nightmare sequences, but a lot of the nightmares are meaningless. They don't mean anything. They're just scary stuff, but it's not meaningful. It's not personal to him. The first nightmare in the book that he has, the one he has in the very beginning, it's about Arya dying, but that's not really personal, she died, yeah, that's his girlfriend, he's sad, but Like, he doesn't really know how. She just, like, kind of died, and that was it. And then, like, this whole nightmare with the demon hand coming out of the ground and, like, trapping him in hell. Like, that doesn't really mean anything. It's not really great for a story. And then his personality changes a lot, too. That's another thing I don't like about this story. It's so inconsistent with his personality. Like, one second he's this kind, loving guy, and then another second he's just this, like, this disrespectful jerk. Like, he's being so mean to Arya right now. And then she doesn't even get, like, upset about it. Like, I feel like there should have been a scene later where she was, like, hurt by this argument, and then he had to, like, apologize. But no, they just move on. Like, they don't even care about this anymore after this. This is just, like, a temporary thing. And she just brushes it off because, like, oh, it's not his fault. He's going through something. But he still, like, yelled at her for no reason. And he's just kind of being really disrespectful. Like, this was supposed to kind of show her being distressed, but not really. It didn't really do a good job, because look, now she's smiling. Now she's fine. She's fine with everything. Yeah, more of these scenes. I don't know, just a lot of filler stuff. Just trying to show, like, oh, his nightmares are becoming reality. Look at this scary thing. But I don't know. And then this could have been a really good scene where, like, they start fighting. Like, the team starts breaking up. But, like, it was supposed to be a super meaningful fight between... Hang on. Oh, yeah, another meaningless dream. Before I get to that. Another meaningless dream... Jeez, I can't talk. Sorry, I'm kind of sick right now, but I just felt like recording this. So, this dream is also just kind of dumb to me. Because, like... It's also disconnected. Like, there's his sister Kate, and then she turns into Thomas, which is, like, the big bad demon villain guy. And then he just pushes him into the river. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And then he wakes up with, like, blood on his face. That's what that is. That's blood on his face. And it's just so, like, why? Like, it's so bizarre, but not in, like, the way I intended it to be. It's just so weird. And, like, this scene, like, why did he go out on his own just to go look at the alley? And then why did he go fight this guy? There was literally no reason for him to fight this guy. He just went to go fight him for no reason. And then he, like, there's supposed to be this scene where he, like, talks about it. It was supposed to reveal his dead parents or whatever. But, like, it wasn't really good, you know? Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. It was supposed to, I think I copied this from the Amazing Digital Circus as well. Like, how's your wife, Kinger? That scene, yeah. And then, like, he gets mad about it. He's like, how do you know about my parents? How do you, like, that was supposed to reveal his dead parents, but it's just, I don't know. It feels off. And then this is what I wanted to get to. This could have been a really good plot point, and I wanted it to be a really good plot point where the team starts disagreeing with him, like Mia and Jeremy. They don't believe him that his dreams are because of Thomas. They just think he's a jerk. And so they were supposed to, like, fight the whole time. But later you'll see Jeremy, like, hugs him, and then they make up, and then they're best friends again. And that could have been a good thing for, like, the very end of the book when they finally realized that it wasn't just him being a jerk, it was Thomas possessing him. But he does it, like, one chapter later. He does it in, like, a single chapter. He just forgives him completely. And that's not how it works. You don't just forgive someone for that, like, without, like, and he doesn't have sufficient reasoning for forgiving him. He just does because, I don't know, he's his dad, so he forgives him. I don't know. And then this scene, this is more of them fighting, which is even more of a reason I don't think they should have made up so easily, because look, they're fighting again. And Jeremy has a right to be confused why Maxie just punched him in the face. Like, what Maxie's seeing is that he was possessed, or, like, Thomas is, like, controlling him, so he can't control his movements. But, like, Jeremy doesn't know that. He just thinks his dad just punched him in the face for no reason. And I don't know. Yeah, and Arya's just here for, like, I don't know why she's defending Maxie, because Maxie just fought with her, so I feel like she should be a little bit upset. And now Mia's just siding with Jeremy with no idea what the situation is actually, like, doing. She just sides with Jeremy because she likes Jeremy. And I don't know. just, I don't, this scene, I'm like scrapping this scene completely. This stupid phone scene where he calls Bella on the phone, it's so bad. It's literally just pictures of her on the phone and dialogue. Like it's so boring. There's like 3 whole pages of just him talking to her on the phone. And like you can do a scene, or like 4, yeah. You could do a scene with somebody talking on the phone, but like the way I did it, there was just pictures of the phone. And it was just really boring. Like, just another picture of the phone. And I also didn't draw the phone well, because how do you see her whole body if she's on the phone? Like here I try to put her face closer, but it still feels not close enough. And then here, I just did more sloppy stuff. I was gonna draw his head here, but I didn't erase that. I just kind of did that. And then, so, this scene is stupid. I don't like this scene because he's just like, Arya, we have a really bad problem. She's like, what is it? And he talks about the phone thing. And then she's like, how are we in danger? Like, Arya's not that dumb. She wouldn't be like, what do you mean we're in danger? How would that? Like, obviously you're in danger. You literally just saw Maxie punch your son in the face. You're gonna, like... And the way he says this just makes me mad. I don't like how he says that. Like, that's not how he would talk. He doesn't talk like that. And, yeah, this is why she should think there's a problem, but she doesn't. And then, this is a stupid argument. Well, I'm going to explore the alleyway. She's like, what if you die? And he's like, I'm not the one who's in danger here. I'll be fine. And yes, you are. You are the main person who's in danger in this situation. Why are you so stupid? Like, he's not thinking. And then this is an edit. I don't know. That's also a stupid argument. That's not gonna help you in every situation. Yeah, Arya's just like, okay. She doesn't try to stop him. She doesn't, like, try any further to stop him. She's just like, okay, bye. Another reason why she should be a little sad or, like, upset with him because he just rejected her and was like, no. I don't know why I drew a face. This is supposed to be, like, him from the back. That was just random. He sees the alleyway. For some reason, the wall on the alleyway always says, it's your fault. I don't know. This is dumb. I don't know why I drew them as chibis. This is supposed to be a scary scene. I mean, I edited that. That's a good edit, but yeah, I don't know. Their dialogue is just weird. And you could see, sometimes I wrote way too much dialogue that I, like, didn't need to add. I could have just, that's why I scribbled it out. I was like, yeah, that's too much dialogue. This stupid scene, they attack him. You know, stuff. I was lazy. I didn't draw, like, backgrounds. Or I didn't even draw the wounds that he got from getting attacked. Like, I know it's a storyboard, but still, like, you need to have some of that stuff. And then this scene is a mess. Because this one I, like, changed completely. Like, originally he went to the hospital, but now he doesn't go to the hospital for some reason. I don't know. Like, originally he decided he was going to go to the hospital. He goes to the hospital. But then I changed it to where he goes to the Super Squad HQ. It's not even called that anymore. He's not even called... Well, technically he isn't called Super Bunny anymore, but, you know. I'll talk about that later in the second part of this video. I'm not going to read this because it's kind of confusing. It's just, he goes to the Unity Force HQ and they, like, help him. And there's another meaningless nightmare of him getting, like, his eyes get stitched shut or something. It's not, it doesn't make sense. None of this makes sense. None of this is good. Hey, it's alright, you're okay. No, he's not. He's not okay. Yeah, and here I scribbled so much out, I couldn't even draw an edit. Because it was so messy. I don't know. Another meaningless dream. There's a lot of these, and these aren't even the worst offenders. There's some really bad ones. He's got a knife. He got stabbed, but we don't know who stabbed him. He's just got a knife in his side for some reason. And Arya's there. That was changed to Arya. This is a stupid dialogue setup. And then she falls and she gets possessed and he's like, ah. And then he wakes up and the knife is still there and he's like, what? I think this could be a fun panel to do at the very end of a chapter, like a cool cliffhanger thing, but maybe change it so it makes more sense why there's a knife in his side. Or like make it more cinematic so it actually feels threatening. Because this is just like kind of lame, you know? He has a knife in him and then he wakes up with a knife in him. I don't know. Maybe that one's a little far-fetched, but yeah. And then I changed this scene because he's not at a hospital, so that doesn't happen. He throws the knife away and Jeremy gets in here later and he's like, how are you fine? And they fight again. Well, not really, actually. They just kind of talk. I think this is where this is where the scene is. Yeah, Jeremy shows up. Yeah, it is like one chapter later. Jeremy shows up in his room. Hey, I'm sorry that I punched you, Jeremy. He's like, no, you're not. I'm sorry. I kept doubting that Thomas would do something like this, but now I realize how stupid I was to think that. But he's not stupid to think that. Because, like, his dad just punched him in the face. Like, he doesn't have a reason to... Well, I don't actually know where I was going with that. But I know you wouldn't do something like that on purpose. And I should have helped to stop him before you could get hurt. Like, what does that even mean? Like, I should have helped to stop him before you could... Like, he didn't... There was no way they could have, anyway. Could you forgive me? And he's just like, yep, I can, Jeremy. Of course. And they leave. They just leave. They say sorry and they leave. Like, they don't, like, sit there and, like, hang out for a little bit. They just leave. And then this was just a stupid dialogue. He was like, it's been a while since Thomas was here. And then he says, oop, there he is. Like, why did he say oop? That's why I scribbled it out so much, because it was stupid. And Thomas is being a jerk. This was done way later, because the art style is different. I mean, look at that. I don't know, this was just a stupid scene between him and the nurse back in the old scene. I don't know, he compliments her name for some reason. It was weird. And then soon this is like, okay, so this is what I did after I changed it to him being in his room instead of the hospital. So he gets in his uniform, like his superhero uniform, and he's walking. I think he's walking in the city. I think this was supposed to be a scene change where he goes to the city, because now there's this. That's supposed to be like a guy and a little girl, and there's a van, and he's confused. And then this is where I started drawing random comics. So we got to get through this before we continue this epic failure of a story. This is like I'm probably gonna remake this one. I don't know. This one was kind of random. It was about these two shark characters I made, and I really liked them. This guy's name is Larry, and I think this is Kyle. I don't know. And the pacing in this one, or not the pacing, but like the way I split up the panels was weird in this one. But anyway, Larry's surfing. Kyle is motorcycling on a motorcycle that looks really weird. And there's these green bubbles. I don't know. But you guys can't figure out what that means. And there's just a close-up of their faces. His face is ugly. His face is ugly, but, you know. And he's going really fast on his bike, and there's a ramp. I don't know why there's a ramp there. But he goes by Larry. Did I say Randall earlier? I don't know. But he goes by Larry in the ocean because he's surfing. So yeah, that means you mean to tell me this guy was on his motorcycle, he went to a ramp, and then somehow he made it into the ocean. And he's just like, oh, hi, Kyle. And he's like, wait, Kyle, how are you here? And then there's a wave, it crashes into them, and his surfboard is gone, I guess. Later, he gets Kyle to his house, and he's like, dude, you gotta stop drinking and driving. That's what the green bubbles were. I bet you can guess he was drunk. Yeah. He was like, I'm gonna head to my place and order a new surfboard. He's like, okay. Which you owe me money for. Yeah, because that was kind of his fault. And he's angry. He's also ugly. I mean, what? He gives him money. How does he know? Never mind. He's ordering the surfboard. And then this is where it gets weird. It's like Larry's POV, there's a knock at the door, and also Kyle's POV, there's a knock at the door. And then it just says Larry and Kyle. On Larry's side, Larry says, my board can be here already, right? And Kyle's like, ugh, salesman. Okay. And then it just cuts without any words, so you just have to kind of put it together whose point of view it is. This is Larry's. It says, Larry ripped title, you need to come with us. And it's Mia and Jeremy. It's the main characters. And then the main villain is like, Kyle, I could use your help with something. His name is Thomas, by the way. I probably should have said that. So you're from, and then again it switches to Larry with no explanation. And he's like, so you're from the Super Squad? Why do you need me? And Kyle says, what do you want? And Jeremy says to Larry, we've been searching for supernaturals like you to help us out. You are a lot more powerful than you know, Larry. Wow, how wisdomic, I don't know. So like my team decided, this is Thomas talking to Kyle. So like my team decided they wanted to be goodies, so I need a new henchman. Very professional. And then at Super Squad HQ, it's not called that anymore. Welcome to the SSHQ. I'm pretty sure that was inspired by Welcome to Jurassic Park. That's why she has a comma there, because it's supposed to be like a pause. And he's like, whoa. And Kyle's like, nice place. And he's like, yeah, I know. And this is, I don't like this. So what's my first assignment? An epic suit training, or what? An epic suit up training, perhaps? Okay. So it's Larry, and then here it doesn't switch to Kyle's point of view, even though it's been doing that the whole time. Here it's Mia saying, well, you'll need a uniform before you can begin work. And that's what he just said. So I think I was going to change that dialogue, but never did. Now it's Kyle's point of view. Now let's get you a suit. It's time to be evil. Yeah, he just agrees to another issue, or not another issue, but an issue with this one is that he just kind of agrees. Like, since when is he a villain? Since when is Kyle a villain? Like, I understand Larry being a good guy, but why is Kyle a villain? It seems like they're good friends. Anyway, this was supposed to, like, show how the Super Squad has really high-tech stuff, and then Thomas has really low-tech stuff. It's like, this one has a scanner, and this guy has a ruler, so it's not really, or like measuring tape, I think that was supposed to be. I don't know. Here he's digitally designing a suit, and here he's choosing physical fabrics, so like it's supposed to show how they're not, this guy's not as good. I don't know. This is Kyle. He's suiting up. This is Larry. He's got a visor for some reason. And he's basically Iron Man. He's just basically like an Iron Man shark. I don't know why they have ears. They're sharks. I don't know. I just couldn't draw a character without ears. Besides Thomas, because Thomas doesn't have ears. I don't know, it's weird. Like in the beginning, they had like one little fin on their head, but it looked weird. It was just like a unicorn horn, so I was like, I don't want to do that. Anyway, that was the end of that. I never finished it. And I didn't finish it anywhere else either, so just gonna have to live with that. And this was when I finally changed the Super Squad to the Unity Force, so that's them now. This is literally just the intro to We Can Be Heroes. I don't know what I was doing. This is just the intro to We Can Be Heroes. In Benopia, there was one thing, I cut out some words from the movie, but in Benopia, there was one thing you could always count on. the unity force, like, okay. And then he's in space, just like we can be heroes. He's like, hey Gizmo, but I did write techno because I was just literally copying the dialogue. If you don't know what We Can Be Heroes is, well, just know that this was copied by a movie. And she's like, what's up? Just like in the movie. And he's like, there's something coming. Like, okay. And then I didn't finish it because that was stupid. This is an animation meme. It's a pretty ugly one too, so I don't know what I don't even know why I drew an animation meme in here. I drew like 3 animation memes in this type of sketchbook. Anyway, we're finally back to New Beginnings. Or, if you don't remember this story, the story I said I was rewriting. This one, we're back. So yeah, we're continuing with that guy. Sorry, pointing to the wrong spot. With the guy and the little girl in the car, that. And, hey, wanna come into my van to eat some candy with me? That is so, that's such a red flag. Why is this girl so excited? And Maxie's like, oh my god. So he gets behind the car, somehow. It doesn't show him progressing to the car, he's just there. His ears pop up over the car, I think that's what that's supposed to say. And then the bad guy notices, and Maxie tries to save the girl. She looks really weird. He tries to save the girl, and then the guy pulls out a gun, and he's like, yeah, I don't, it was supposed to be more cinematic. He's just kind of standing there. That's another thing I want to work on. I want to work on like camera angles to make things more suspenseful, because he's just like straight on. He's just like, I have gun, and the girl's like, oh no. He's like, one more move. What does that mean? Maxie tries to grab the gun for some reason, and the guy shoots, and he dodges because he's amazing somehow, and he grabs the girl's hand. I think that's the girl's hand. And this like shadowy thing around the border, this is supposed to show like he's having a hallucination, I guess, and he's like running with the girl. He's like, no, why not? Why right now? Because he's trying to save someone. It's not cool that he's having a hallucination. And the hallucination is that, like, he's in a jungle. I think that's what that's supposed to be, because he's like, no, Maxie, this jungle's not real, you're in the city. And he's like, what the? And the guy turns into a snake because of the hallucination. I don't know. And she's like, mister, what's going on? He's like, he's getting bit by the fake snake. And he's like, I'm fine. And the guy shoots some bullets, and he gets hit in the ear, but like barely. He's like barely getting hit. It's a weird voice crack. Oh, my finger. Okay, stop. Anyway, he's crying. No, he's not crying. He's wincing because he's got a cut in his ear, or like a bullet in his ear, and a snake bite that's not actually really real. It's a hallucination. I don't know why that's still there. That's not, it's not normal. But she's like, oh no. And the guy is like, yeah, no one interferes with me. You're just a random guy. Nobody knows you. Nobody cares about you. I mean, what? And he's like, oh, I guess this is the end, man. Dang it. And then he's like, whoa. And Arya comes in swinging like, hey, don't touch my husband. Don't touch my Pookie. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. That was so bad. Okay, anyway. Why am I so bad at making videos? Anyway. This guy's like, I'm scared. She jumps up. That looks really dumb. And then she restrains him. I don't know how that is restrained. She's holding the blade. That's not helpful. He's like, Arya, I don't know what to say, but I know I should have listened. And she's like, it's better. It's probably best if you don't say anything. Why, though? And then back at SSHQ, she's like, I mean, what were you even thinking, Maxie? And he's like, I don't know. And the door opens. Or like the elevator door opens, and Mia's like, hey, sorry we're late. Because of course they're late. You guys are stupid. Anyway, oh, what happened? And they're all looking at each other because they know what happened. Later that night, he's sleeping. Wakes up. Whoa, that's so, that's beautiful. he wakes up in like a flower field, and he was like, is this a joke? Because usually his dreams are scary, so he's like, what? Another, I hate to say it, another meaningless dream is about to happen. Well, I mean, what actually happens in the dream is meaningless, but I'll get to it. Anyway, he's walking through the forest, try to do like some kind of perspective, I don't know. That's not, okay. He goes through, he sees Thomas holding a bow and arrow for some reason. And he's about to shoot him, that's a bad drawing. He's like, oh, I'm scared, and then Bella jumps in. Gizmo, the guy, the cool dog guy person. Girl, sorry. And she catches the arrow for him, and he's like, what? No, why did you do that? Okay, anyway. Bella, and she's like, you've been through too much. How do you know that? And he's like, so have you. And she's like, don't worry about me. What matters is that you're okay because your friends still need you. Okay. Just take care of yourself. She's like glitching away, I think. And he's like, no, and she fades away. And he's like crying for some reason, even though he doesn't care about this person in the slightest. Also, wait, how does he know that? Oh, wait, from the phone call. Oh, the phone, I forgot about the phone call because I hate it so much. So that's why he's sad for her, even though he still doesn't know her very well. He just called her once. You know, great storytelling, writing. I tried to mix telling and writing. But great storytelling. I'll try, Bella, I'll try. Well, you better succeed. I'm gonna save you, just hold on. Now he's woken up, so I don't know why he's still saying that. Anyway, he's like, so you dodged, oh, Thomas says, so you dodged that arrow. Impressive, really. He's like, grr. My test subjects never made it that far. I wonder who that is. You mean the people you once called friends? Why did his voice turn so high-pitched? I don't know. Yes, but who needs friends anyway? They just get in the way. Too much chaos. That's quite ironic, coming from someone like you. What do you mean by that? Wait, what? What? Okay. And at least mine don't hate me. Soon they will. Yep. He's like, I'm traumatized. Hey, Maxie? Wait, is the door opening? I think the door is opening. Arya just told me to tell you that dinner's being made, so yeah, wait, it's dinner time. What? Why is it dinner time? He went to bed. Did he take a nap? I don't understand what's going on. Okay. I don't know. Oh, yeah, alright. Hey, Arya. Hello. She's like, hello. What's for dinner? Okay. Oh, nice. Why? Gang of criminals robs a bank. Wow, that's such riveting news. Let's hope the police can take care of that. Because we're not gonna help. Why would we help? We're only the heroes of the entire city. Why would we help? Everyone, food's ready. Bye. Making food. Wow, that's so realistic. What is that? What are you eating? Okay. Ugh. Oh, hallucination is happening. Go away. And there's blood on his hands for some reason. He's like, stop it. He sits down while having another hallucination. That's Mia. And he's like, the snake is here? This panel's really bad. It's a two-headed snake. It's so ferocious and scary, and I'm scared. This isn't a dream, but it's also as meaningless as a lot of the dreams because this doesn't matter. It's a snake. This isn't like what. So he chokes the snake and it fades away because he killed it or something. And they're just like, what are you doing? And he's like, ahem. Anyway. And his like electricity powers are like sparking because he's stressed out or something. I don't know. And there's flowers blooming because that's also another one of his powers. I don't know. He's sweating. I don't know why I drew sweat like all over. That's kind of weird. But he goes to bed. You know. And he has a dream. This is like the worst dream in the book. Sorry, I got really loud. This is the worst dream in the book. This is so stupid. Even Maxie knows that it's stupid. he wakes up, or he doesn't wake up, but he's in a dream where he's in a desert. And he's like, a desert? Really, Thomas? You couldn't think of anything else? Like, I know. So why did I write this? Why did I write this? He even knows it's stupid. Why did I do this? There's like a dust storm or like a tornado, but like when it's like in the desert, so there's like there's like sand. I don't remember what it's called. A dust tornado. I think that's just what it's called. Anyway, he's like, and he's running away from a tornado. How do you run away from a tornado? And he's like, yeah, he got past it, and then it starts following him. I think that's what that's supposed to show. And he's like, how is that even possible? And Thomas is controlling it. Just cause. And Bella shows up conveniently. She's like, Maxie, up here in this helicopter that I have for some reason. And he's like, okay. And Thomas is like, Bella, you little rat. I scribbled this out. I didn't use this. This has gone too far, Thomas. Why is your mouth so big? Anyway, this has gone too far, Thomas. You can't keep doing this. Yeah, girl. Why? This isn't a comedy story. Stop doing this. I could do whatever I want. You could also go make your face less ugly. Sorry. Anyway, she slams the door on him, and Maxie's like, thank you so much. Why is it blurry? I don't know what I would have done without you. And she was like, hey, I can't do it alone either. And Kamal's like, sup? And Naomi's like, hey. And Naomi's like, I know you won't be able to forgive us for what we've done, but we really need your help to stop that guy. Okay. Finally, somebody's sensible and doesn't forgive someone in 2 seconds for no reason. He says, you may be right for I don't know if I can forgive you yet, but I will help with what I can. That was the worst way you could have possibly said that. And then Thomas comes in and he slams the door and he's like, so, you think you could just team up with my accomplices and escape? And Bella gets angry and she's like, we aren't your accomplices anymore, you disgust me. And he's like, I wasn't talking to you, Bella. And he kicks her, he just kicks her, I don't know. And she falls on the ground and she's crying again. Why is she always getting beat up? That's really disrespectful. And she's like, Maxie, you need to wake up. And they're like, yeah, man. And he's like, what? And she's like, this is just a dream, but it's your dream and it's your body and you need to wake up. And Thomas is like, no! And he was like, Maxie, if you wake up right now, you'll never hear the end of it. So he wakes up and he's like, Bella! And he's like, oh, I'm awake. I hope she's all right. So, and the others. And he goes into the kitchen and Arya's like, rise and shine, Maxie. And he's like, good morning. He goes into the medicine cabinet. And she's like, why do you need melatonin? You just woke up. And he's like, Bella got injured, so I want to see if she's okay. What? Like, the Bad Bandits, Bella? I need to change their name so bad. The Bad Bandits? Really? That's their name? Okay. Yeah, but I mean, she's changed Arya for the better. How do you know that? Okay, sorry. And then he takes the medicine. This is stupid, though. Like, how, again, she's just letting him do what he wants. They have a duty to the city. They have a duty to, like, patrol the city, make sure people don't die. And he's just like, I'm gonna go back to sleep. So yeah, he goes back to sleep. You know, he wakes up. He's in the flower forest again. This time he's more determined. He's like, I'm gonna find Bella. Watch this. He's walking. He sees her silhouette, and he's like, oh my god. Bella. And then this is supposed to be like a big reveal, like, because you can't really fully see her yet. And he's like, and she's like, hey, it's okay, it's not your fault. And he's like, but it is, I left you. And then she's like, that may be true, but he didn't do this after you woke up. It was back at base when he lashed out. And then this is the reveal of her injury. I don't know what kind of injury that is. She got mauled. He didn't appreciate what I said to him. I don't think that justifies that injury right there. This dream doesn't have much time left. How do you know that? I must give you the plan. What? What plan? When'd you make a plan? Just tell me what to do. I'll send you the location to where we are being held. Then you'll go there and we'll build on from there. Okay. I'm gonna get you out of there. Okay. And then this is chapter 6. Sorry, I haven't been reading the chapter cards, but this is chapter 6 now. So you're saying help the bad guys? And he's like, yes. Are you out of your mind? And he's like, well, maybe I am, but they need our help and we need theirs. Don't you guys get it? We can't beat Thomas alone. And Mia kind of has a point here. She says, well, I mean, we could always give Polaris or Emerald a call. Those are 2 other heroes in this universe. But they need our help. You agree with me, right, Arya? Well, of course she's gonna agree with you. She agrees with you with everything. I say it's worth a shot. Plus, Maxie's the leader. That is such a dumb argument. This is like their table. This panel's not the best for this. Another reason I want to restart is because it was dumb that I used like these template things, because that's not really original. Anyway, so Bella told me that they're being held in a building just past the Mystic Forest. I think I'm gonna rename that forest because that's a little weird. And Mia's like, yet another reason why we could just ask for Randall's help. Randall is the same person as Emerald. His name is Emerald Flash, but wait, no, it's not anymore. Jeez, I've changed so much in this story, but yeah, we could just ask for Randall's help because Randall lives in the Mystic Forest. And Arya's like disappointed, and she's like, I'm just saying. She's got a point. I don't know why they don't listen to her. Let's go. They go. So this is at 12 p.m. They start their journey, again, leaving the city to be destroyed by whoever wants to destroy it. Or leaving the city in the hands of the cops. 3 p.m. They've been walking for a long time. Not very efficient, you know. They're all tired, and he's like, wait. And she's like, what? And I think we're here. Really? There's an E at the end of the word think. Such a disappointment. Anyway, they open the door, and they're like, what the? I don't like this. Why are you so short? Why did you become so short? Anyway, I don't like this. Just stick to the plan. Let's split up. What are those hand gestures? What are you doing? Anyway, soon they're investigating stuff. I don't know what he's looking at. There's like scrap parts or something. I don't know. There's glass on the floor. Floor. Shattered glass, and she's like, what? He's still searching because he's useless and he hasn't found anything. Anyway, he's looking around and he sees this. There's like a containment chamber, and there's like a clone of himself. And it's all beat up. I don't understand this concept. Jeez, that was weird. What? Okay. These screens don't make sense. But basically, there's a bunch of clones of everybody. And he calls the squad members, and they found him. And Jeremy's like, what happened here? And he's like, I don't really know. Mia, could you look into this data? Sure. What do you mean just look into the data? How do you just look into... Let me just look at it. Let me just study this really quick. And she looks at it for like a few seconds, and then she has all this information. Look at this dialogue. There's so much of... Oh, look, there's more. These buttons control different attributes of dreams, maybe hallucinations too. The green ones select where you will be, the yellow ones what will happen, and the red ones the intensity. And all the screen data, it's showing how close each of you are to your dream becoming reality, not including me, Jeremy, and Arya. It says that you're halfway there, and he's like, half? What? And Jeremy's like, be quiet. You're gonna alert Thomas. Okay. Let's just keep looking and do the messaging thing if you find something or someone. They all walk away. He turns around. And he's like, is this blood real or fake? It doesn't feel like a hallucination. Okay. And then he hears laughing. And he's like, oh no. It's Thomas and Bella. Oh. And he's hiding behind a wall. Thomas says, see, I told you that this idiot would show up. And she's like, screw you. And it's like, oh no, Bella tricked him to coming to the base because Thomas is luring him there. Or she's luring him there. And it's bad. And he's like, oh, that's so rude. You really hurt my feelings, you know? And she's like, shut up. And she's like, you can't just take credit for something you made me do. Wait, but he can though, if he made you do it. Never mind. You'll be the only one shutting up if you don't behave. Oh, jeez, that is not okay. Good, and that's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna stay when I can't talk. When I deal with the rabbit man. Okay. They're getting closer. And then he's like, gotcha. Huh? I was sure he was there. Well, that's okay, Maxie. I have other ways of finding you. Oh, God. But Maxie hid in a flower pot. That's what he did. Yeah. Wait, what is he doing? And Thomas is at the control panel. Oh, no, he's gonna do something. He clicked a button. Ow! He got zapped with an electric shock or something. And he tapped another button and he was like, ah! I got hurt. And then he's like, now we're in business. And he grabs Maxie with his powers and he starts bending his bones and they're about to crack into 5 billion pieces. And then Bella's like, stop it, you're hurting him. And he's like, that's what I'm trying to do. She tries to help him up and Thomas is like, you're gonna regret that. And he clicks a bunch of buttons. I don't know what he's clicking. And then Bella gets like murdered. She falls on the ground, she's dead. He's like, no. He gets mad. He balls up his fist and he punches him in the face. And there's blood everywhere. His tooth is falling out. And then Jeremy walks in. He's like, what the hell is going on? And Arya's like, Bella, I will help you. Even though we don't really know each other. And he's bleeding. He got punched. And Jeremy's like, Thomas, you're heavily outnumbered. Just tell us where they are so we don't gotta make this difficult. And he's like, hey, I'd like to see you try overpowering me. And Mia's got a gun. She's got a gun. She's reloading it. And she's like, I will shoot you right now if you don't give this up. And he's like, ha. You're too scared to shoot me. Come on, I dare you. And she's like, I'm gonna hesitate for some reason. And he's like, I'm waiting. And then he looks away and he's laughing again. She's like, this is my chance. She shoots him in the chest and he's like, anyway. You asked for it. Why are you so smug about this? You just shot a man. And he's like, oh, so you think this hurts me? Well, no. And he pulls the bullet out. And he's like, this is gonna hurt you, though. That was so cringe. And she drops her gun. She's like, what? And Jeremy's like, no. He stops him. No, he doesn't. Thomas just throws him. So that was pointless. And she's like, why'd you do that? And Maxie's throwing fire, I think. That's fire? That's one of his powers? Yeah, that's fire. That's his power. Or one of his powers. He's got like 4. I don't know. It's, okay, I know it's still kind of a lot of powers, but it's less than every single one. Anyway, he dodges the fire. His hallucination. He's like, oh no. And this isn't very clear, but he's being mind controlled again, so he hit himself in the head. And he's like, ow. This is kind of a funny panel. It's not supposed to be funny, though. This is not a comedy. Like, believe it or not, despite all the comedy scenes, it's not supposed to be funny. I mean, most of the time. Like, sometimes it's good to have comedic scenes, but, like, sometimes it's not needed. Anyway, he's like, grr. He uses his plant powers, because he's got a lot of powers, and he grabs the plant and brings it towards him and throws it at, or he, like, launches the vines. He, like, uses the vines to, like, try to punch him or something. I don't know. But he breaks them. I don't know. He's like, go find the others. And they leave up those stairs. They go up the stairs, and he's like, erg, I'm mad. What is, oh, Maxie's face is not very nice looking. That's a little scary. Wow. How simple. It's locked. That's supposed to be Jeremy. It looks like Thomas, but that's supposed to be Jeremy. And he's like, it's locked. And luckily she has a bobby pin, even though she doesn't have hair. And she does, yeah, I don't know. She just uses it, you know. I think it would make more sense for her to have an actual lockpick because she's a detective. So, yeah. But she unlocks the door and Como's here and he's like, what the? This also needs to be changed because he has the hat that he wears in his new design, but he's not supposed to have that yet. Wait, you came all the way here just for us? You know how much more danger you guys are in? And they're like, let's just go. And they're like, yeah, it's fine. You got the subjects? What? That's Thomas. And I think it's clear. He's the only character who's like bald. Actually, this is Como. This is Thomas. They look kind of similar. It's an issue. Naomi's like, indeed. Please stop talking, Naomi. Oh, shut up, Naomi. And she's like, you first. Like, why are you doing this? You're just gonna get beat up. Yeah, look, that's it. And then he controls the control panel and she starts doing this. I don't know. And Como's like, not this again. I gotta save my girlfriend. Hiya! It's nonchalant. And then he's like, oh. He gets slammed into the wall. This is not a good fight scene. I don't like this scene. He gets an idea. He runs over to the control panel and he crushes it. That's a great idea, Como. You just saved everybody. And he's like scared now for some reason. And he just like swipes him in the face like this. And somehow that gives him this giant 12-inch scar across his face. You broke my control panel. Who knows what could happen now, you fool? He doesn't care about his eye. He's just like, yeah, control panel's broken. That's what I care about. Bella wakes up. Wait, Bella woke up. Whoa, crazy. Arya has her scythe, and she's like, and this is for Bella. And she slashes him across the chest, and he's like crying on the floor. Wait, what? Wasn't he missing a tooth earlier? Where did it come from? It just came back. Anyway, Maxie's like, go! And they run away. And then, like, it doesn't actually show them getting back, but we cut to chapter 7, and they're just home, I guess. Hours later, oh yeah, it's supposed to be like, in a few hours they got home. She's got a med kit. She's helping. Wait, what? Why are you patching up her arm? When did she get injured on her arm? I want to know. When did Bella get injured on her arm? Like, never. Okay, well, anyway, Arya's cooking food. They're eating. And then this starts happening. If you've seen my animation memes, you've probably seen this version of Bella where she has, like, one black and white eye and one white and black eye. And then Como looks like that, too. And then Naomi looks like that, too. And then, you know. And Maxie's like, Naomi? And she's like shocked for some reason. Are you feeling all right? And she's like, yeah. My eyes kind of hurt. Yeah, they don't look too good. And they're like black and white. Here's a mirror. And she's like, what in the world? I need to get better at drawing mirrors. I don't know what that is. The others look like that too. And he has hallucination or something? I don't know. I don't know I don't know anymore. He looks in the mirror and he's like, my eyes. They're flickering. They're flickering. Okay, well, I could have just picked one of these. I guess mine are acting up too. And he's like, they're flickering in a familiar pattern too. This is so dumb, though. Like, this concept doesn't make any sense. Plant, electric, healing, and fire. Those are what his pupils are morphing into. My family's powers. Like, oh yeah, this is basically his power set, by the way, if you wanted to know. And there might be some, like, niche stuff left out, but yeah, that's, like, his basic power set. Because he, like, got it from his family and stuff. Thomas must have been right about Como messing stuff up with the control panel thing, you know. He's laughing again through the door. That's great. And they're all like, no, why is he here? Oh yeah, I wanted to show, that's the thing with Arya's scythe. It's not like, it's kind of like, this is gonna sound weird, but in K-pop Demon Hunters, when like Rumi makes the sword out of like nothing, that's kind of what her scythe is. Yeah. Or like when she like spawns it in, I don't know how else to say it. Yeah, that's why it's like transparent. She gets her gun that she shot Thomas with. This scene has changed a lot, or this one, not this one. He breaks the door, he walks in, he looks really depressed. He's got a bandage on his eye. For some reason, I don't know what happened in this drawing. I'm in unimaginable pain right now. God, you're so petty. What does that mean, Maxie? What does that mean? Okay. You would be too if you've been through what I have. What? Okay. Yak. he's choking. He's like, back off, that's my dad. And Arya swings, and they're all like really scary for some reason. And he's like, no! And then he puts his hand out, and his magic powers stop her. She flies into the wall. She's dizzy. And he got a knife from somewhere, probably the kitchen drawer. He got a knife, and he's about to stab him, and he's like, bro. He grabs his hand, the knife falls out. They go. Everyone else is left here to be like, what? They go outside together. Wow, that's so wholesome. They went outside together. This is supposed to be him charging up his powers. I didn't draw it very well. It just looks like he's holding his hands to his face with scribbles. Anyway, he shoots his powers at him. And he's like, you absolute idiot. Don't you get it? I'm stronger than I was 6 years ago. Do you really want to have this talk again? You constantly complain about how I'm the reason you suffer. But the reality is that you're just a kid who got a little discouraged. That's something. And he's like, yeah, this was what got rewritten. Heh. Do you really think this will make me open up to you? I stopped doing that a long time ago. Now fight. And he's like, I don't want to fight you. And he's like, you're a coward. And they fight. It's time for another bad fight scene. Anyway, get off me. And he got stabbed. And he's angry. He shoots magic at him. And he falls on the ground. And he gets up. But he gets punched in the face and he's bleeding. And he's on a cliff. Got pushed to a cliff. Thomas kicks him. And he's smiling. There was going to be dialogue here, but it was copying the movie, so I've deleted it. There was a lot of dialogue in here that was copied from like movies. Like, I'm not gonna say it. But he falls off. He tries to make his wings. He tries to like form his wings because he can do that. That's another one of his niche powers I was talking about. And he's like, what? I don't know, I guess like the hallucination stuff is making him unable to make his wings. So he can't fly. And he's like, I'm falling. And something saves him. It's Naomi. I don't know if you can tell by this bad drawing, but that's Naomi. She comes in swinging with her tail because her tail is like Elastigirl where it like, I don't know, can stretch out. So that's what happens. And she's like, hold on tight. And he's like, Naomi. And they go onto a cliff. I don't know what she's holding on to. They're up there. He's like, whoa. And she runs at him. That's scary. She uppercuts him. Don't know why that drawing is so bad, but you know. And then she grabs his face, and this was supposed to be a really cool fight scene idea, but I didn't draw it very well. She grabbed his face and then used her tail to shove him into the ground and like drag him across the ground. His tooth gets lost again. And he's like, what are you on? And then she grabs it. Oh, geez. She grabs him and throws him into the sky. And I don't know. She's like, let's go. And he's like, oh, yeah, okay. What are you on? And she's like, that was funny. Very funny. He heals himself with his healing powers. And she's like, that was weird. Okay, let me help. And she's like, oh, you don't have to do that. I don't know what that scene was. That was a weird scene. But he picks her up and they fly up to the building and I don't care. I don't even want to read this anymore. I'm so tired. Okay, yeah, they're here on the building and Arya's like, Marcy, let's be best friends again. We saw the fight down there. Are you okay? You saw it and you didn't help? What the heck is wrong with you? Oh yeah, no, I'm fine. And she's like she gives this look. The budget for the art just like went up. What the heck? Like, here's the beginning. And then like, we have these two. It's not my best art, but like still it's better than before. Well, I can't make any promises. What do you mean? What does that even mean? Okay. Anyway, Thomas is coming in and he's like, oh my god. And everybody's shocked. And he's like, you're dead, Naomi. If you guys remember the crossover I did with JJ Comics, or not JJ Comics anymore, Thunderstorm Comics, whatever. Yeah, them. That's a reference to that. So, yeah, because, you know, he jumps down like this and he says, "You're dead, Naomi." Yeah, you get it. Anyway, he grabs Naomi with his powers again. Or he doesn't grab her, he like blasts her. And she like flies. I tried to do like some kind of perspective where her head is like flying back. You can't see it as fully. She's flying. And then she gets knocked off the edge. It's like Lion King where she's on the edge. And Maxie like throws a plant, or like he uses a vine to try to save her, but Thomas does a surprise attack. He spins around and he's like, "What?" And he like, this was more perspective. I think it's like the best perspective I've ever done, which says a lot about how good I am at perspective. But like he jumps up and then he like slides on the ground, which like launches a bunch of magic. I was trying to get better at fight scenes, so the magic blasts everybody else, and Maxie's like, "What?" I tried to do like reflections in the eyes. I don't know what that was. Now he's using his vines to try to grab everybody and like save everybody, but he can't. And this was actually a really good panel setup. There's him in the middle, and then here it's them, and then here it's them, or here it's her. It's like on each side. And then she's like, "Just let go of me." And he's like, "I can't, I won't." And then she's like, "Then I will." And she uses her claw to cut the vine and she falls down. I don't know why she did that, but you know, maybe it was just like to save everybody else, like an active sacrifice, but it could have been more cinematic than her just doing that. He's like, "No." And, never mind what I said about the art getting better. I don't know what's going on. Especially with his face. It's better than the old one that I erased, but still. And then they get saved, but she is about to be kidnapped, or whatever. I don't know what's happening. This was supposed to just be like an explosion, so yeah. Above them shot? I don't know. And then there's smoke fading, and Maxie's coughing. And Komo's like, "No," because I forgot to say it. Like, Como and Naomi are actually like boyfriend, girlfriend. That wasn't like a joke I said earlier. They are in a relationship. So he's like, "No." And Jeremy's like, "Como." And he's like, "No." And he's crying. And I don't know. This is weird. I did like a half sketch and then half like final drawing. I don't know. There's that. And then that is the end. It's virtually the end. That's the end of chapter 7. I started chapter 8. I'll give you a sneak peek because I don't even know if I'm gonna... This isn't probably going to be in the official one. Well, not the official, but the remake. Basically, chapter 8 was supposed to be about Naomi. Like, Naomi's... You know, her getting kidnapped and having to escape all on her own because Thomas kidnapped her again. This was going to be like her arc in the book, but it didn't really make sense because like this is Maxie's book. I don't know if you know, but this is supposed to be Maxie's, like mainly Maxie's book. So I don't know why I was going to do a whole chapter focused on her. But I guess it makes sense. Anyway, yeah, all that's left is her waking up in the base. This is supposed to be the Bad Bandit base. That's such a dumb, the Bad Bandit base. Yep. So yeah, that is it for this crappy storyboard comic that I am remaking. The video's not over. Sorry, I know it's like an hour long. The video's not over. I have things. So, it's time to look through things, because I need to get this across. I don't know. Okay, so I have a lot of notes for this book. You might not want to read all of it. I'm just saying, just a spoiler. You might not want to, or not a spoiler, but you might not want to read this because there's some spoilers in it. But if you don't really care about spoilers, because this might not even get published. When I grow up, I might just forget about it. But, if you don't want spoilers, I'll put a timestamp for you to skip on the video, okay? Yeah. But yeah, so spoilers, skip to this timestamp. Anyway, this is the plot structure, the new plot structure that I did. I just did a basic 3 plot structure because I'm still kind of a noob when it comes to story writing, so I don't want to do something super complicated. So yeah. Also, it's not called Super Bunny anymore. It's called Beyond Benopia, New Beginnings. It's still called New Beginnings. Anyway, the hook is the initial nightmare. I'm still gonna keep the concept of Maxie being mind controlled to kill Arya. I'm just gonna change the scene a bit, and it'll be fine. And then the inciting incident is the possessed gang member encounter. So in chapter 1, there's gonna be this gang that they fight. Like there's this huge gang that they fight, and then later they'll find like a possessed gang member. So it's like a weird thing. And then the turning point 1, Maxie brushes it off as tiredness and takes possessed villains as ordinary bad guys. So yeah, that was that. Act 2 is the conflict, and the rising action is nightmare. The nightmares become more personal. His friends turn against him because, you know, I wanted that to be a thing with like Jeremy being mad at him and stuff. Overlapping intensifies. That means like more of the nightmares like coming into reality. And he hears Bella, like he hears them out for once. That's a little confusing, but yeah, the mid-plot plan. Oh yeah, the mid-plot plan, he fails to save BBs. Oh, the bad bandits. He fails to save them alone. So he convinces the Unity Force, but they're resistant. So, like, they still do it, they just don't really want to. And then Naomi is also captured. You know, before Reboot, that'll be explained. And then the turning point 2, the reboot suits they reboot their suits and do hero work, keeping villains in hiding. And then Act 3 resolution, climax, Kate is killed. That's the character I said was gonna be killed. That's the big spoiler I was talking about. Kate is Maxie's sister, so that's like a big thing. And then it leads to the battle with Thomas, so that's another big thing. Falling action, Thomas is defeated, but main characters are left to mourn Caitlyn. And then, I don't actually know how to pronounce this, I just kind of copied it from the plot structure thing. But this is just like wrapping up the story. Villains willingly serve their jail time, like Bella, Naomi, Como. And Maxie says goodbye to his sister's ghost, because that's like a scene I wrote. And then I haven't started drawing the chapters. I mean, I started doing panels. I was gonna do that, but I got unmotivated and I didn't even do this. My voice is getting tired. Bet you can hear it. But yeah, I haven't started drawing it, but I did plan out chapter 1 and 2. So yeah, we're gonna look at that. Chapter 1. Oh yeah, this is probably where I'm gonna put the time skip thing. So yeah. Anyway, A Nightmare Unfolding is chapter 1's name. I haven't made chapter 2 or chapter 3's name yet. The hook is You Killed Arya Nightmare. That's the initial nightmare I talked about where he kills Arya. And then he wakes up and he tells Arya briefly about it. I think that's, yeah. And then the goal is to stop the gang of criminals, but a few get away. And then the complication, escaped gang members called back up, and then the climax is they fight. There's a close call with some citizens, like they almost die. And then the cliffhanger is Maxie sees the alley from his dream, and he like gets scared because he's like, what? And then chapter 2, it's just the hook. The Unity Force goes home after that patrol, and they talk, and their tension is rising because they talk about how bad the fight went. And the goal, talk it out and make a plan to catch gang. The complication is the team argues and fights. And then the climax, Jeremy and Mia leave and Maxie and Arya stay behind. And then and then the resolution, Maxie tells Arya to forget about it and tomorrow will be another day. or tomorrow will be better. And then I haven't started chapter 3. So yeah, I think I am going to actually read what I have scripted for chapter 1. Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of read this. So yeah, I'm not gonna voice act. I'm not a voice actor. I'm not a good voice actor. Anyway, chapter 1, page 1. So first panel, Maxie appears to be snapping out of a trance, shocked. And then panel 2, he looks down at his hands. They're bloodied, but it doesn't feel like it's his blood. Then he looks out in front of him. Arya's on the ground, beaten and weak. And then she cries and begs him to stop. And Maxie begins to cry for her. Did he do this? His hand seems to be gripped from his control, and electricity sparks from it. Maxie's expression hardens with rage as he hears Thomas's voice in his head. And he says, show me what you can do. Show me that you can do one thing, then maybe I'll spare you. And page 2 is a splash page, where there's like, if you don't know what that is, it's like when the whole page is taken up by a panel. A wide shot of the whole alley. Maxie is kneeling, and he has his hand clawed around Arya's face. His eyes are jittery, and electricity crackles from his fingertips. Page 3. Maxie suddenly wakes up in his bed, sweating. Then he shoots upward, breathing heavily and looking at Arya, sleeping soundly next to him. His breathing slows, and he says, just a bad dream, he thinks. She's fine. He gets out of bed, and he glances at Arya once more. And then panel 5 shows him in the bathroom, in his uniform, and brushing his teeth. He spits out the toothpaste, and Arya comes in and kisses him on the cheek. Then on page 4, they've moved to the kitchen, and while making breakfast, Arya asks, so what happened? Restlessness again? And Maxie replies, just a bad dream. And he's looking down at the counter mobily and fiddling with a pen. Oh, come on, it's gotta be more than that, you can tell me. And then he looked up at her, letting the pen fall out of his hand, and she was giving him that look with the raised eyebrow. He really didn't want to talk about the dream he had, so he just segued into something else. I mean, I think you know what's on my mind, or should I say all of our minds. This time, her eyebrow raise was more genuine. Okay, so this is kind of complicated. He says, this team isn't exactly in perfect shape as of right now. I can't keep holding it together when 2 of the members are constantly sabotaging it. And neither you nor I have anything to do with it? All the blame falls to them? She asks, a little offended. He relaxed more and cut in. No, that's not what I'm saying. We all have to do it. Or, that's not what that's supposed to say. We all have to do with it. But you get what I mean, right? And then, so this is like a cool thing I wanted to do where it cuts to a shot of Jeremy in the training room. And he's fighting a training dummy, and Maxie's dialogue like cuts into the panel because it's like talking about Jeremy. And he's like, Jeremy's not even out of high school yet. He's so reckless. Sometimes that rage helps him fight, and that kid is a great fighter, but it doesn't matter if he's going to use it against us. And then there's a cut to a shot of Mia sitting at her desk, hunched over with her tongue sticking out, and she's reading files for a recent case. Maxie says, and Mia, she's got some great ideas and a lot of knowledge that this team needs, but if no one takes her seriously, what's the point? And then on page 6, Arya exhales, but it comes out as a high-pitched whistle, and she breaks eye contact from Maxie. Maxie looks at the wall on the clock and reads 8:13 a.m. Great, late for patrol again. A panel showing a split between Jeremy and Mia's POV, with Maxie's shouting, curving in, as if to interrupt them. Guys, we gotta go on patrol or we're late. Show Jeremy groaning and Mia hopping out of her seat enthusiastically. The 4 characters meet in the middle of the HQ with the splits fading away. So yeah, and then page 7 is a scene change. We go to the city to do patrol and stuff. So the Unity Force heads out of the HQ and nears the city entrance. Citizens greet the heroes, and the few officers that are there bow their heads. Maxie uses a hand signal telling the team to split up. Mia leaps out into an open road, Jeremy splitting off into the dark. Arya and Maxie nodded to say bye, and strolled into the usually crime-filled parts of the city. On page 8. Panel 1 focuses on Maxie's POV. He's floating through the city near the top of all the buildings. He sees some suspicious activity going on near the edge of the city where the wall is set up. He flies down, staying out of sight and peeking around the corner of a street store post. He calls into the built-in radio on his badge. Gang activity was spotted at the west wall. Be here now. One of the gang members perks up. She has a high-tech computer with her, and she hurriedly says, "I'm seeing radio activity. We've been spotted and need to move." Maxie jumps out from the stand heroically in front of the gang. Their faces are a mix of shock and defensiveness. And then, page 9. Hello, alley rats. I think it's time I properly... Okay, I need to restart. Hang on. Okay, so the gang name is the alley rats. So he's like, hello, alley rats. I think it's time I properly met the gang who's been terrorizing my city for the past few weeks, Maxie states confidently. Now considering I can burn you with the snap of my finger and you are powerless, I would recommend that you yield. While he was talking, a member of the gang seemed to be figuring out a weapon of some kind. Panel 3. A superpowered gun is fired, cutting off Maxie's speech. He moves his head just in time. That could have been bad, he thinks. A car behind them is hit with the bullet and explodes into nothing. That was bad. Arya is the first to show up after his call. She comes in swinging her scythe. Mia and Jeremy fly in after her. Mia loading her pistol and Jeremy pulling his blades out. And then page 10. Jeremy leaves Mia's side, leaving her confused. While Jeremy fights with a gang member, Mia quickly says, "So, do you guys think we could follow the plan I told you about a few days ago, or..." And she gets cut off. A gang member leaps for her, holding a knife. She fires her pistol, looking frantically to the other members. They're seemingly ignoring her. "No, that's fine, Mia. They're just busy fighting. Maybe they just forgot the plan. I'm sure they..." She tries to assure herself, while we're rounding up some gang members. Page 11. The fight moves into the street, and Jeremy acts in a fit of rage, throwing ninja stars everywhere. A loose ninja star flies toward an innocent bystander, and Arya has to jump in to stop it with her scythe. She gives Jeremy a look of disapproval. Her look is interrupted by a gang member about to shoot her, and she takes a second to react. She manages to dodge, but a part of a building starts to crumble. Citizens are almost crushed, but Mia leaps in to push the rubble away. On page 12. Maxie looks behind him while fighting off a gang member, shouting, "Are you guys trying to get people killed?" "No, it was obviously an effing accident," Jeremy rejects, pushing a member of the gang away from him. Maxie lets out a huge blast of energy, knowing it won't hurt any citizens since they've all evacuated. It seems that the gang has been defeated, and the team takes a moment to rest, breathing heavily and collecting themselves. Page 13, this is a short one with big panels. Panel 1. The citizens come back to the street, cheering for the heroes. Then there's a close-up on only the team members. Maxie quietly says, "We need to have a serious discussion about this back at HQ." To which Jeremy shoots back, "What do you mean? We won." And then panel 3, above the crowd of people on top of a building, there's a few gang members still there. One speaks into a radio. "We need backup down the road by the west wall. Over." And page 14, I think this is the last one, yeah. Well, the last one I finished. So we cut back to the heroes. They're now making their way through the city, still patrolling for more trouble. You can see the few gang members fleeing the roof of the building in the background. Jeremy is walking somewhere secluded from the group, presumably taking a shortcut. He parkours onto the roof of a small building, looking around at his surroundings. Then he pulls out a photo of his mother from his pocket. He looks at it longingly, and some suspicious silhouettes can be seen behind him. So yeah. Sorry my voice was shaky while reading that. I don't know, I'm really tired. Anyway, so yeah, that was the script for chapter 1. Let me know in the comments what you think, if there's anything I should change. But yeah, I worked really hard on this, and I'm gonna continue to work hard on it, because I really want to get this finished. But yeah, that is it for this script. Honestly, this video is really long, and I feel like stopping it, but if it's really long, I might as well show one other thing I wanted to show. This is a sketchbook that's probably going to be finished pretty soon. I mean, I'm already like almost halfway through. So, yeah, it's like a new sketchbook. But yeah, I just wanted to share these redesigns. I did share a few of them on a community post, but I want to do a more in-depth thing for them. So yeah, these are some, it's kind of complicated. So for the main cast, like the main 8 characters, like Maxie, Arya, Jeremy and Mia, Thomas, Bella, Naomi, and Como, those are the main 8. They, like in the beginning of New Beginnings, that was weird to say, they have their original suits, like, this is Maxie's original suit, and this is Thomas's original suit. So they all have that at the beginning, but then like in the middle of the book, they like actually like changed their suits. So this is like a canon redesign, like they actually redesigned their suits in canon. So I thought it was pretty cool. But yeah, that's what's going on. So for Maxie's suit, his old name was Super Bunny, and then he changed it to Pie Rabbit because his main power is like fire, and he's a rabbit. So yeah, I mean, you could probably put together, yeah. But yeah, I wanted to do something really mechanical, but like not like robotic, but just like metal and like super like clunky and stuff. So like I did a cool visor thing. I think I kind of updated the eyes a little bit, but you know, it's still virtually the same. Like, and like his powers are shown in the design. Like you can tell the powers. Like there's vines on his gloves to show his like plant powers. There's molten cracks here and lightning on there. And then there's like leaves on his shoulder blades. And there's like this is supposed to look more like a cross. I did that in here. So it's like his healing powers. His healing powers are shown. And then like his visor eyes like show what power he's using. Like the pupils change. And then I had a really cool idea for his wings, because his wings used to be made of like this like liquid stuff, but I wanted it to like be a little cooler, so he has like tanks of liquid on his back, and there's like slits that open up and it can do the wings. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then Arya, she was the amazing mushroom. Now she's the Mycora warrior, because Mycora is the planet she's from. And there's her Starfall scythe. Oh my, I need to end the video soon. This is not going well. But it's supposed to, I don't know anything about constellations, but it's supposed to kind of look like that with like the lines. So yeah, don't yell at me if it like looks weird. I don't know anything about constellations. I just thought it was cool. But yeah, it's like very layered, a lot of like very regal looking stuff. Yeah. And then Jeremy, I don't really like Jeremy's. I made some edits. But yeah, he used to be Ninja Frog, and now he's Dendro Dart, because Dendro is like part of the name of the family, like that poison dart frogs are. It's like a science thing. And Dart, you know, he's got darts, he's a ninja, you know, yeah. And the colors are a little weird, I changed them. But he has like toxic gauntlets that he can like shoot poison out of, you know. And then he's got like this belt that holds ninja stars, and then these are his blades, and they sit in these little holsters on his like thighs. And then I think Mia's is probably one of the weaker ones, but I like the gadgets I gave her. Like it looks flat, and then it like comes out of the thing. Like, I don't know. Like, her suit looks like flat, and then the mechanical stuff comes out of it. So there's like a gun compartment in there, and then there's a grappling hook in her arm thing. So that's cool. This was supposed to be like a suit up scene, but I didn't finish it. These are random drawings. We don't talk about those. And then I really like Tommy's. I feel like the scars on him look a little weird, and I should probably change them a little bit, but like I like the pants. I like most of the stuff. His name is still Shellrot. That's been like that for a while. But yeah, this drawing is not good. I don't know what happened to the anatomy, but it's just supposed to show that like during his like final gambit is like his big final attack. So the scars like open up and they're like red, and then there's his new staff. It's got like markings on it. And then Bella, I don't really like Bella's. It's a little weird. She used to be Gizmo, now she's Berry Print, because it's supposed to be like, her colors are supposed to look like wild berry Skittles, just because I like that color scheme. And then Print is like a blueprint, because she's like an engineer, or like a paw print, because she's a dog. I thought it was cool, but you know, it might be a little dumb. I don't know. But yeah, so the reason why her gloves are different on each hand is because for her right hand, it's like a high precision thing for like high precision building and stuff. And then these are like more low precision stuff on her left, because she's right-handed, so you know, yeah. And then Como, I didn't really do much for Como because he still kind of looks the same. So in canon, his name used to be Ironclad. I've never introduced that name though, so that's just a new thing. But his current name is Clockwork because he's a clock guy. And then there's, yeah, like I said, there's nothing really for him. He's just got retractable claws. And then Naomi, I really like Naomi. I kind of changed her suit a little bit, but her name is Marigold now because I added a bunch of gold accents because I thought that was really cool looking. Her gimmick is that like when she runs, there's like a gold trail behind her, and there's these cool markings on her face. I just wanted to show you that. Those are cool. But yeah, that's it for the main cast. Now I have some side characters. I'm not gonna go in depth with these because this is supposed to be about the main characters. But yeah, there's Aquadash. He used to be the Emerald Flash. Talked about him a little bit today in this video. Polaris, that's that guy Mia was talking about. So his design got a little messed up, but yeah. And then these, okay. These are Dante and Zavira. Kind of new characters. I think Dante looks okay, but the style doesn't really make sense for him. And Zavira's, I don't like Zavira. I mean, you could see by that, the word right there. I don't like it. I think I need to redesign her again. And they have like pet birds. I don't know. Or they had pet birds when they were living like 500 years ago, you know, yeah, whatever. I don't, it's confusing. And then these are some more well-known characters, but not really because my channel is like really small. This is Penelope Zimmer. The Grim Guinea, that's her, yeah. Don't worry about her. And then Rascal Raccoon, he looks like a Christmas character. I don't know. These two have some issues. Again, this video was made when I'm moving, so I didn't have a purple marker, so I had a pink one. That's why the accents are pink, so it doesn't look very good. But yeah, I wanted to give him a more simple design because his old design was so simple, and then I made it kind of worse. So I like this. I like this better. And then Thunderfunk. Oh yeah, I changed their names. Nebula Moth and Thunderfunk instead of Nebula Fang and Thunderclaw, because that was stupid. That was stupid, yeah. So I just made some edits here. Like, I didn't want to put this line here in between, like just have the pants connect to the shirt. And then less spikes on here, because that looks a little weird. I don't like it. And then this is a pretty cool design, I think. This is the director. He's that cool guy with a mask. He's like Two-Face. No, yeah. He's got a trench coat and stuff. I think he's pretty cool. And then I think that's like the last one. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. I was wrong. These are some like very niche characters I've only ever talked about like a couple times. Like these ones, I made one animation meme about these guys and it was really bad. So yeah, but this is them rebooted. Again, the colors are off, you know, all the stuff. Mortivar, I mean, he's really important to the story, but I don't really talk about him because I don't like him. And then Zach, I have literally never talked about him, but he's a guy. He exists. One of my favorite characters, Archaeocast. I think I kind of did him dirty with this design. It's not very good. And then I started doing the projects. You know, those guys, those science experiment guys. So this is Project 002. I named him Lush because I felt like it. And he doesn't have a name. He's just 001 because I didn't feel like naming him. And then this is supposed to show like what their old designs were and what their new designs are. So yeah, it says canon old suits. Like this is what they look like at the beginning of the book. Yeah, pretty similar to what I've drawn in the past. I don't know what that is. But these two are kind of like new-ish. Like I redesigned their, this is gonna sound weird. I redesigned their old suits. So yeah. But then these are their new suits in the universe. So yeah, I think Bella looks a lot better here. Or I think she looks better here than there. That's what I meant. But yeah. These drawings aren't really meant to be good. I was just trying to show, you know, they changed a lot. But I think that needs to end the video. I didn't think this video was gonna go this long. I was expecting it to be short. But you know, that's fine. That's fine. Having a lot of voice cracks, that's not good. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you watched all the way through, I don't know why you would do that, but thank you for doing that. I hope to have a lot more better content in the future. This was just made last minute, so you know, it's not as good. But yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you want to see my better videos coming up, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.